In the Rynor Report tonight, we are getting answers to your questions about Governor Gavin Newsom's $11 billion gas tax rebate plan. ABC 10's Morgan Rynor covers all things politics. And Morgan, the plan is to send out debit cards, right?
Exactly, Chris. And how they're going to send out these debit cards and ensure they're not stolen is a different issue they say they are working on. Now, when it comes to loopholes, active military members, for example, are not required to change their vehicle registration to California. And Chris, we know they pay for gas too.
That's enough.
It's hard enough for Tracy Hall and a 100-pound Sweet Pea to call this RV home.
You don't want to see that. Not right now.
A retiree living on a fixed income, Tracy told me she didn't qualify for the last few rounds of stimulus checks.
A full tank is 35 gallons.
35 times today's per gallon average is $206. But Hall's vehicle registration is expired. She does not have a permanent address or utility bills to help her update it. So now she doesn't qualify for Newsom's proposed rebate either.
I am on the street technically, okay, and I am in a catch-22 position for that very reason, and there's a lot of us like that.
Active military members are not required to change their vehicle registration either.
It's good that he's interested in providing some form of tax relief.
Republican legislator Kevin Kiley said this proposal is a step in the right direction, but more work needs to be done to iron out the kinks.
This is just way, way more complicated than it needs to be. We're going to have to create some new program. The bureaucracy is going to be involved. We saw how well California's bureaucracy has done delivering EDD checks to people.
At a press conference Thursday, Governor Newsom said there's going to be more changes to come.
I look forward to working with the legislature to advance and to adjust.
When asked about electric vehicles qualifying under his plan, he said one compromise he'd consider is capping who is eligible by the price of their vehicle.
In fact, we've already initiated that going back a week or so ago, looking to see what's possible in terms of the VIN numbers, the registration at the DMV to make that determination of the value of the vehicle. So I'm very open to that discussion.
Now, I did reach out to the governor's office several times to ask about the military loophole or just in general what people who live here but don't have their vehicles registered yet should do. No response, Chris. Now, I do want to point out that none of the 4 plans that have been brought forth so far by Democrats or Republicans are absolutely perfect. But today we are focusing on the governor's plan because, well, it was the one brought up most recently, and he's the governor, and he has a lot of say.
Of course, Morgan, keep us posted as you learn more.